I start to think about the long-term effects of what we're starting to see right now. And it isn't only that maybe a program like USC with an innovative offensive coach like Lincoln Riley might now start to get, especially after, even though he didn't do it, the 8th pick in the draft this year, the top-rated receiver, or the top chosen receiver in this draft, Drake London, is a USC kid. I think you're going to look at and wonder right now, Mike, not only could players follow Lincoln Riley, a really good, smart, innovative offensive coach, to USC, they might also say, second biggest market in the country, I want to go to Los Angeles. I mean, because there's the potential for more money there. And it just leads me to believe, if you look at all of the schools in the country, you know, all of the big schools in the big conferences, who has the best alums who really desperately want to see their teams win? And I start to think of, okay, can Michigan and Ohio State now recruit some of those players that the SEC were the total province of the SEC, and can they recruit them now because they're going to be able to pay more money in NIL deals with their rich and kind of storied alumni history? You know, can they do that? Is that going to be a factor here? And is that wrong? I'm not really passing value judgment on it, but I am only saying one thing. It's going to be chaotic, and who is going to want to go play in Champaign, Illinois? Who's going to want to go play in some of these smaller towns in the huge conferences right now? And so there's the upshot of this. Man, if we covered college sports all the time, this would be a treasure trove of stories and information. I'm telling you, there ought to be a college football talk. You want to be the founder of that right now and find like 5 people. I remember. And you want to find like 5 people who can cover it and go crazy with it.
Yeah. There's a lot out there, and you're right. And the chaos is going to continue. And we already saw a separation by the SEC primarily from the rest of college football, and a small handful of teams, the best teams of the ACC, the best teams of the Big 12 jumping to the SEC. But it's the usual suspect, Big 10 as well, Ohio State or Michigan, Alabama, Georgia, Clemson for a while. They've fallen off a little bit. But, you know, Nick Saban was very comfortable with the prior system because he could close the deal and make the difference when there was parity of resources. Now that that parity of resources is gone, he's threatened by it. And he's also, I think, concerned that there's only so many total dollars to go around. And every dollar that a booster gives to a fund aimed at funneling NIL money to players is one less dollar that the player gives to the school. And those dollars fund the coach's salary. And what you need to do is find a way to shake more dollars out of the tree.
Great point.
And that many believe, many are saying, that's the point that Saban was trying to make Wednesday night. It was an SOS, not to Congress or to the NCAA or anyone else to change the rules. It was, at least for now, an SOS to his boosters, his alumni, his money people in Alabama to dig deeper. Because now, not only does the program have its requirements, the players have requirements. We need more total dollars in order to get this done, Peter.
And, you know, Mike, over the years, you've heard about these NFL coaches and unemployed college coaches, Butch Jones, Bill O'Brien, you know, have gone and had like almost a gap year. And it's, for some of them, maybe longer. It's almost like a gap year where they get fired and Nick Saban brings them down and they've got some area of expertise. And it isn't just Bill O'Brien going to Tuscaloosa for a year or longer to essentially train or pass along his knowledge to the players. He's coaching the coaches. They did that a few years ago with an NFL assistant coach who'd been a quarterback coach, Jake Peets, who came down and taught him a lot of the RPO stuff at Alabama. And so what they're doing is not just doing this for NIL, quite honestly. They are doing it so that they can get their staffs better, so that they can get their facilities better. And I think you make an excellent point. You know, the NIL thing just appeared kind of out of nowhere with a lot, I'm sure, of boosters who were already giving to the university and to the football program as much as they thought they could. So now there's this new pool of money that has to be funded. So they're going back to these boosters and saying, hey, you got to dig deeper. You got to help us. I mean, how much money can all these guys have? And so that, and women too, I'm sure. But that to me is going to be a huge part of this story going forward.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.